Yo, what's going on? What's happening? Hear me out real quick. I'm going somewhere with this. I've been through quite a few world events, in my lifetime. The first one was the Y2K situation, where back in 1999, we all thought here in America that, when the clock struck 12 o'clock a.m., everything was going to shut down. That we weren't going to get no lights, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't going to be no food, in the grocery stores. There was just going to be total chaos and anarchy in the streets. And I remember that day distinctively, like 1999, December the 31st, 1999. I remember that afternoon, I told my girl, yo, I'm going straight to the grocery store because I don't know what's going to happen. And people were panicking. That's real talk. It was people all in the grocery store. And I took what I could take. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about purchasing wise. I took, I bought a bunch of canned goods, water, things that I knew that I was going to need, my girl and I at the time, that I was going to need just in case something happens. Right? And then later on that night, when the clocks struck 12 o'clock, January the 1st, 2000, nothing happened. Fast forward, September 11th, 2001, when those planes hit the World Trade Center. And those buildings, the World Trade Center buildings fell down. I thought that was going to be the end. We all thought it was. Never in our wildest dreams will we have ever phantom or imagined seeing an attack here in America. Straight up. And a lot of people had their conspiracy theories about the situation. And I entertained, a little bit of that. Well, fast forward. We had, this is crazy, December the 21st, 2012, the Mayan calendar, where the Mayans predicted that this was going to be the end of the world. That there was going to be catastrophic events around the world. Hurricanes, avalanches, tsunamis, and all the rest of that stuff. Matter of fact, Hollywood made some money off of that because they came out with the movie called 2012 with starring John Cusack, if I'm not mistaken. And then when that passed, we were like, man, let's just continue on with life. Last but not least, as of recent, for those that didn't go through the events that I'm talking about, that were too young back then, or didn't exist back then, the Y2K bug, September 11th, and the Mayans, 2012. Well, I know you remember this. This was right around the corner, the pandemic. Well, millions of people died. And it's crazy how Americans are. We'll go through something, and after we go through it, we instantly forget about it. As if it didn't exist. And in between those times that I'm referring to, the events that I'm talking about, it's like little things happen. Like we forgot about Hurricane Katrina. What Hurricane Katrina did to the city of New Orleans. Killed thousands of black people, as well as displaced them. And now, this whole thing with these so-called drones. And some may say, hey, you know what, man? Ain't nothing but drones. Ain't no UAP, UFOs, and none of that. While others will say, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, true indeed, there's drones up there. I see drones, but then also I see UFOs. I see things that are in the air that's going way more faster than what a drone can go. I see unidentified flying objects that are big as school buses and SUVs. And this is not just in America. This is around the world. Matter of fact, to be real with you, just yesterday I saw in the news that Charlotte, there's sightings of so-called drones in Charlotte, right around Carowinds, the North Carolina, South Carolina state lines. There have been sightings in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now there's sightings in Florida. And this is going to be, once again, another historical event. But are we going to make it through this time? Is the question. Are we? What's going to be the outcome this particular time? Is the question. And let's just say we make it through. Are we going to continue to move on our daily lives? Because prior, see, this is crazy. In between the pandemic and this drone shit, we encountered something else too. Or we're encountering something else, and that's called AI. And how that's taken over our society. So let's just say we get past the drones. That it wasn't nothing but a bunch of people that was trying to fuck with our heads. And in reality, it wasn't no UAP, UFOs, and none of that shit. We still have another elephant that's in the room called AI. That by 2030, this is not me talking. I've been saying this for years. A man named Ray Kurzweil, which is an engineer, he's saying he predicted that man by 2030 will be merged together with machine. And that by 2045, there'll be a thing called technological singularity, where AI will take over. They already have DigiDogs. They already have robots as we speak in Atlanta and in certain New York subways. The hoods in Atlanta, in certain hoods in New York, and as well in New York subways as we speak. Elon Musk said, I forgot what year he said, but he said that by a certain year, there'll be more robots than human beings. Make your point, Langston. Get to the point. My point in making is this. I've been trying to warn people for the longest, my friends and family, but they think I've been going crazy. Or, there's something wrong with me. And I've tried to drill it and drill it and drill it in people's heads. This is the main purpose of me having a YouTube channel. But oftentimes I'm ridiculed. Because a lot of people seem to think that I'm in it for the money. Let me explain something to you. I don't really make no money on YouTube. I don't. What's a couple of $100? What's $1,000 or two? That ain't nothing. My bills are damn near $6,000 a month. If I was really in it for the money, I have merch for sale. I'll continue to tell y'all to like, subscribe, share every day, every video that I would do. I'll be on Instagram live. I'll go on live Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of that. Now, see, the problem is that you've been used and abused. You've been around people that have done nothing in your life but suck you dry. So when you come across someone such as me, you think that all I'm trying to do is use you as well. And I ain't got no stake in using you. I don't. I just want to see us win. Straight up. And I'm here to tell you, no matter what the outcome is, when specifically dealing with these drones, I can tell you, I can guarantee you that, or dealing with AI, there's going to be a major shift and change in 2025 and beyond. Are you ready for it? Because it gets to a point where you say to yourself, people such as myself and others, you say to yourself, yo, fuck them, I got to look out for myself. Like, I've warned my family enough. I got peoples in New York. And when we connect, it's like, yeah, I'm doing good. You doing good? Okay, cool. That's it. I'm not sitting here talking to you about no other shit anymore. Straight up. I've said what I had to say. And the reality of it is that, yo, man, you can't save them all. You can't. People are going to perish due to their lack of what? Knowledge. And they have to be held accountable for that shit. Not you. That all these people that were kind, sincere, that was spreading out the knowledge for years, whether it was in in groups such as, the Nation of Islam, the Moorish Science Temple, the Nation of Gods of Earths, the Nuwabians, or just an overall, just being part of the conscious community that have warned people about what's to come. Whether it was radio frequency identification chips, RFID chips, or Big Brother watching you, no matter what it was, you've done your due diligence. Now it's time to fucking walk away and say fuck them. Real shit. I'm trying to understand, how is it that the government can literally lie to you on TV? For real. And you believe them. After the pandemic, after everything that we've been through in the past, one thing I know for a fact, doesn't make a difference whether you conscious or not. You mean to tell me you still gonna trust what the fucking government has to say? Look how many times they let us down. Real shit. You really gonna trust the Biden administration, let alone the Trump administration that's about to come in? Real shit. How many of y'all forgotten that Donald Trump was so ignorant when it came to this pandemic? Seriously, it was because of his lies, there were lives lost. And that's blood on his hand. Straight up. And then the burden of the pandemic was transferred over to the Biden administration, and they really fucked it up. Giving us stimulus checks. And I knew them stimulus checks. I knew that the government wasn't giving away free money. And as soon as they let us out, inflation hit the fucking goddamn Jupiter. The planet Jupiter and beyond. The shit that people are going through right now, this is crazy. Please feel me. This is not theatrics. This is real talk. Before the drones, during the AI situation, what we're dealing with now, hyperinflation, people losing their jobs, minimum wage is not going up, but the price of food is going up. So that's another event, historical event that I forgot that we're going through now. These corporations are becoming corporate landlords. They're buying up houses. Motherfuckers can't even afford starter homes and shit. This is crazy to me. Gen Zs ain't got no future. Yeah, they got a future. It's in their mother's fucking basement. Their mother's fucking basement. Or in the attic. They can't even leave home because rent a one bedroom apartment is fucking $2,200, if not more. Food is ridiculous. It comes a time where you said all you had to say. Because in this day and time, everything that I'm talking about, you know, there's some people that would sit back and say that all I do is complain, bitch and complain. There are people online that will get you canceled because you're telling the truth. This is another fucking historical event called cancel culture. Everybody's caught in their feelings. And it's to the point where nowadays, if you say anything out of the way to anyone, you're crucified on the cross. It's damn near against the law. I gotta go based on your pronouns. How is this not, if it ain't the end, how is it not that we're not close to it? Where a man these days can feel like he's a woman. His feelings and emotions cloud his logical judgment to the point where this motherfucker would chop his shit off. No fallopian tubes, no ovaries, no menstrual cycle. But yet and still he feels as though he's opposite of a man. A woman. I say to all the whistleblowers, to all the teachers, to all the young men and just men, period, that talk that barbershop talk or had those conversations during Thanksgiving or will have those conversations during Christmas and Christmas dinner, to your friends and your families that have had conversations at work, your associates that you deal with. I tell you, it's time for you to say, I've given you the knowledge. I'm done. What you do with it, it's on you. And if the world ends tomorrow and you were not prepared for it, hey, fuck it. I gotta worry about myself. It's real shit. Because I just noticed out of the years that I've been here on this planet, if it's not a war, if it's gonna be something, there's always gonna be something. Whether it's a hurricane or a tsunami, it's always gonna be something. And that's something, to me, in my opinion, is an indication that we need to change the course that we're going, the direction. We as humans need to focus more on ourselves. Learn to love ourselves just as well as others. But you gotta first, in order to love others, you gotta first love yourself. And appreciate. See all of that, I don't see no color. And why are you bringing up race? Because it makes a difference. That's what makes us unique. Appreciate the skin that you're in. Because we are different. And each and every race has something to bring to the table. Oh shit. If we don't change, then it is what it is. There's a shift, there's a change that's going to happen with or without you. Oh shit. And whether it's this shift and change going to manifest through AI, through these so-called drones, that's really UFOs, well, not all of them, or catastrophic events like a hurricane or hurricanes or tsunamis. You do realize this, no, seriously, it's a side note, that New York is sinking. Manhattan is sinking. Sooner than later, you do realize that Florida is barely above sea level. That more and more earthquakes are occurring in California. That volcanoes are erupting in Iceland. There are all types of shit that's going on around the world. To let you know that there needs to be a change. Not only in the way we live, but how we perceive the world. That at the end of the day, regardless of whether we like it or not, we're in this together. And if we don't make sudden changes, then changes will be made for us. Either way, there will be order, correction, peace on this planet. I'm out.